The first thing in Sahaja Yoga that you get the experience of feeling the spanda, the cool breeze on your fingertips. Without the experience, you should not believe in it. That means a new dimension has come now in your nerves, that you can feel the system which has been not known to you. Sympathetic nervous system was there, but you never knew how it is working. The knowledge about yourself was so poor. But after realization, suddenly the whole thing got enlightened. Suddenly you started feeling it, the newness among us. Still sometimes you have to fight your ego. You have to get over your ignorance of things. Because realization gives you absolute knowledge. Absolute knowledge. It cannot be challenged. It's single, ekameva satya. And when you get that knowledge, then you can tally it also. You can find out if it is correct or not. This is something that has happened to all of you. And you have already got those vibrations with which you can feel. For example, there may be some dissatisfied souls with Sahaja Yoga. But you can find out on vibrations who are those people, what are they doing. On vibrations you can make out if those people have reached that state of reality or not. You can make out if these people who are trying to oppose you or trying to tell you something else, how far are they? On your fingertips you know. This is what is Qiyama, about which Muhammad Sahib has said. So what I'm saying, if the people reach the truth and they know this is the truth, nothing can change them if they have reached the truth, I'm saying. You can see in the life of all the great people that they think this is the truth, not by just reading or not by just believing, but as an experience. That on their central nervous system, they can feel the truth, then it is impossible to change them. Like you can see a seed becomes a tree, then you cannot make the tree into a seed. Seed is a seed. But when the seed changes into a tree, then you cannot bring it back to the seed. It may create more seeds, it's different. So in the same way, once you have got your realization, and once you have become one with the divine, then there is no question of you going down unless you yourself want to go down. It's very, very remarkable how you get this property, how you get this ability and this capability, and after that you don't lose it. Of course, first you must grow, and for that you have to meditate. But this meditation, once you do it, the whole being itself gets so enlightened and so beautiful that you don't want to change it. You want to be there and enjoy it forever. But of course you want to give it to others, because you see you are enjoying so much. Like on the street you find somebody starving and you are very full, then you feel like giving food to that person. In the same way you see in this world, people are madly seeking, running up and down, doing all kinds of things. They want to tell them. They may believe or may not believe. They may try to sort of absolutely deny you, defy you, also defy you. They can do anything. But you know for definite that you are on the right path, you are on the right state of mind, which is a sahaja state. In Sanskrit it is called sahaja avastha. Sahaja avastha. In sahaja avastha, you do not react. You do not react. You just see and appreciate. Now see, I came, I saw this beautiful, such an idea of Sahasrara, all the chakras, they have crossed over, gone up there, and from there they have. Very good expression. But any other person would say, oh, this color combination is not good. Why did they use this? Why don't they use something else? Like that, you see, finding faults with others. And this finding fault actually comes from your brain, which is not yet enlightened. You cannot enjoy anything because you react. All the time you go on reacting. If somebody says something nice, still you are reacting. If somebody said something bad, of course you are reacting. No question. So, for us to understand that we are not free to react, we are not that cheap to react. We are on a very high pedestal. What is our job is to enjoy. Enjoy everything. And that enjoyment is the blessing of the divine. Even you can enjoy the turmoil, the torture, everything you can enjoy if you see the point that nothing can happen to your spirit, which is the real light. Whatever you may suffer, whatever you may think is troubling you, actually this silent light of the spirit makes you absolutely, perfectly joyous. And you give joy to others. You don't design it, you don't plan it, how to give joy, but you just automatically give joy. And this giving joy is also effortless, surge, because you are in the sahaja state. In the sahaja state, you just see things. It's a drama, you feel. It's a different styles, different types, and you just see and watch and get the joy out of it. It is not important to say, I like this, I like that. No. That I which likes is nothing but ego and keeps you out of the enjoyment which is reality, which is real. Everything in this world that you find is troublesome, if you see from another angle, from a sahaja sthiti, you won't feel the troubles. But that higher life should be there. That higher standard should be built in within you. Today is something great I feel because 30 years I've been running up and down everywhere, and I've been able to gather so many people. There are so many Sahajogis, see, and also all over the world. This is just a wee bit of that. So this is something was to happen, has been already described, has been prophesied by people that such and such thing will happen, that so many people will get their self-realization. Unbelievable it was, of course, but as now you see, how sweet is the feeling that we are all one. There's no quarrel, no fight, no bad ideas, and nobody likes cheap things. They want to have something that is pleasing and has a quality of understanding. But one thing is very important, is the humility. I said in the beginning, and again I would say, what will appeal to people is your humility. You should be a humble person, not think that you are something special, or not think that you are some sort of a, I should say, self-important person. Once you think that you are important, then you are not part and parcel of the whole. If my one hand starts thinking I am important, it's stupid. How can one hand be important? All hands are needed, everything is needed, legs are needed. How can one part be so important? If you start thinking like that anywhere in your journey of Sahaja Yoga, then I must say you are not in the Sahaja Avastha. So my own effort was to take you into that beautiful arena of Sahaja, where you will be absolutely one with yourself, one with the nature, one with all the people who are around you, with your own country and countries. Everywhere, the whole atmosphere, as they say, the whole Brahmand becomes part and parcel of you, and you are not separated from that. Then we can say the echoes. They call Ninad. The echoes of your being, of your life, can be easily seen, not in material advancement or in any other kind of a thing, but in the spiritual area, which is the highest. That is the life for you. Is the greatest type of life. Forget all other people, politicians and other people who were supposed to be great. Forget them. You are much higher than that, because you are already chiseled like a diamond with Sahaj style of life, which is very satisfying and also which is very much absolutely peace-giving. It gives you joy, it gives you peace, it gives you capabilities, it gives you so many things that you cannot count, like the 1,000 petals of your Sahasrara which are enlightened. God knows what all you can have with this. This is such a tremendous area you are in, the 1,000 petals. So this is what one has to realize, one's own esteem. Self-esteem is different from self-importance. You should have self-esteem. With that you will become humble. You will become very loving, because you are capable of love. May God bless you.